All right, let's hit the field.
All right, we are 9 days out from opening day in the Bronx. We got a spring training matchup today between the Yankees and the Red Sox. Max Fried was on the mound. We're going to talk about Ben Rice and how he has been tearing the absolute cover off the baseball. All of that coming up next. My recap, your reactions. This is Pinstripe Territory.
Just wanted to talk, that's all.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. There's no tying. There's no tying in baseball. Well, in spring training, there is. Yankees and the Red Sox tie at 4. Unfortunately, I don't have a cool animation for that, but you have to take my word for it. Did you guys hear that Joey Gallo is coming back as a pitcher? That's pretty cool. I will say this. I don't know if he can pitch. He does have a good arm, but the fact that he has a left arm at all attached to his body confirms to me that he can strike out at least one major league hitter. Unfortunately for him, that hitter is Joey Gallo. I want to give you guys one more heads up in case you missed it about tomorrow night. We've got Eric Kratz coming on the show live with us to do over-unders for the Yankees in 2025. I'll be breaking out some fun new bells and whistles I've been working on. Should be a fun show. Always is with Eric Kratz. And we had baseball today. Yankees versus the Red Sox. Max Fried on the mound. And I thought it was cool that Austin Wells challenged the first pitch of the game and got it right. Dude has an amazing eye. I'm liking the ABS system. It's an interesting little wrinkle to the game. It's an interesting little dynamic. They're not going to have it during the regular season this year, but I think it's a guarantee for 2026. It's like when you add a new spice to one of your favorite meals and it elevates it even further. For the longest time, whenever I would make sausages, I would make medium. The medium, but recently I switched to the sweet Italian sausages, and I like them better. I was like, oh my God, this elevates my dish. So that's what the ABS is to me. The ABS is sweet Italian sausages. We saw Jazz Chisholm challenge one today on a full count. He got punched out. He dropped the bat, and he tapped his helmet on his way down to first base. He didn't even wait. He just tapped his helmet, said, I knew it was a ball all the way, and he was right. Gotta love the confidence. I'm not sure the umpire loved that. They might view that as, showing him up a little bit, but move the mic a little bit closer to me. But hey, nice job by... I'm screwing with the mic here. Nice job by Jazz Chisholm. I have to say that Oswald Peraza looked really good today at third base. Still not hitting, but he had a lot of chances over there at first base, or at third base rather. And with Max Fried on the mound, there's going to be a ton of action at third base. And, you're going to have to take wicked hops. You're going to have to get slow rollers. You're going to have to get the hard shots. And he was a vacuum over there today. Third base job is still up for grabs. You'd like to see somebody get hot offensively. I think Oswaldo Cabrera has played the best combination of offense and defense. But, Peraza, his glove should not be discounted. It is elite. Aaron Judge has not done a lot this spring offensively, but in the bottom of the fourth inning, he scorched an absolute laser beam off the left field wall. It was a high fastball. He got the barrel to it, and it had that sound. That sound that it has when Aaron Judge crushes one into the bleachers. Problem was he didn't elevate it enough, and he hit it right to Death Valley. And I think the wind might have knocked it down a little bit, but he smoked it. Cody Bellinger followed up by ripping an RBI single. He just continues to be impressive and do something positive every single time that I watch him. I mean, he's an athlete. He is a good ball player. He makes contact. He plays hard. He hustles. He plays good defense. He runs the bases well. He's always heads up, head on a swivel. Did you see the shirt, too, that Max Fried was wearing in his post-game interview? It said belly bombs, and it had a ticking time bomb with like a wick that was on fire, and the eyes were Bellinger's, like, how he's kind of got that permanent, Big Lebowski stoner eyes. That's what I got to get that shirt. I don't know who makes it. Probably RotoWear. Volpe had a good day today. RBI single on a fastball that was kind of up and away. Good swing, good solid contact. He had another single on an RBI ground ball up the middle in the 6th inning. Everyone keeps raving about Anthony Volpe. I hope that they're right. I hope that they're correct. I'm skeptical because I feel like we hear that every spring. Oh, Volpe's going to break out. He's going to be that guy this year. He's going to be him. And then he has a couple of good months or a couple of good weeks here and there. I want to see him sustain it for an entire season before I'm buying the Anthony Volpe turning the corner hype, even if he gets off to a hot start. He got off to a hot start last year until about June. I want to see him find that approach, be consistent with it. I don't need to see him trying to hit everything out of the ballpark, especially sliders low and away, which we have seen this spring. So while we're, rightfully commending how much harder he's hitting the ball when he makes contact, the training wheels are off. We're not going to have kid gloves with Anthony Volpe anymore. We want to see him start to do some big things this year. Eric Reiselman was super impressive today out of the bullpen. 99, 98 with gas. I mean, just crisp gas. Sharp 80-mile-an-hour curveball. 2-7 break. Sharp break on that pitch. Ton of strikeouts in the minor leagues last year, and you can see why. Keep an eye on him. J.C. Escarra looked good again. He had some good swings. It looked like, let's see what his numbers were. He was 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts, but he hit one hard to center field. He had some really good swings. He's hitting .341 this spring with a .971 OPS. I don't want to get too deep in him right now because we do have a call about him that I'll talk about later, but he has a beautiful swing, and I'm thinking he's going to be on the team. Let's talk a little bit about Max Fried. He was just great today. I mean, beautiful pickoff in the 1st inning. They cut the camera to the dugout. You saw Andy Pettitte grinning, standing there with a big grin on his face like his prodigy, right? Andy Pettitte, obviously another lefty. He's been working with Fried on the pickoff move all spring. And back in the day, those of you who remember Andy Pettitte will know he had one of the great all-time left-handed pickoff moves. Maybe the best one I've ever seen a Yankee have in my life. Kenny Rogers was pretty good too, but Pettitte, he was elite. And back in 1995, when he first got to the league, that's when he was really picking everybody off. Go watch his series against the Seattle Mariners in the 95 ALDS, and you'll see some great pickoff moves from Andy. But Max Fried looked great today. Good pitch mix, good changeup. Curveball was good. The fastball was working up in the top of the zone. He completely dominated lefties. His arm action just seems so loose and so free and easy. I'm amazed that he's had any arm injuries at all because typically guys who have that kind of free arm action, they stay pretty healthy. But he's obviously had some issues. Awesome to see Joe Torre out there to pull him from the game. My all-time favorite manager. And I love when you hear an interview with Joe Torre that, he's still sharp as a tack. I bet he could still manage the Yankees to an AL East title if he wanted to. But he's 84 years old, so hope he's enjoying his retirement. David, LFC96, with the super chat says, watching from Ireland, love your content. Fried pitched really well. I hope that Judge can get it going for opening day. Yeah, we need Judge to get out to a hot start in April this year. Last year, April was tough for him. I will say this. He hit the ball really hard today. That's a good sign. And in spring, you don't really need him to be crushing the baseball. You want him to be peaking right as the season begins. These veterans, they know they're going to make the team, so they're just getting their work in. That Yankees guy says, come on, Derek, it's Volpe's 3rd year, and he improved in his 2nd, with a question mark. He was a little bit better in his 2nd. I mean, if you look at the OPS, the on-base percentage, it was still under 300. I want to see better than that. That's not good enough. I want to see a 330, 340 on-base percentage from him so that he can use his wheels. Like, that's part of the package you're getting with Volpe is the speed. Let's let him use it by getting on base more. He doesn't need to be a home run guy. We got enough guys in this lineup that can try and hit home runs. But final line for Max Fried, 4 1/3 innings, 2 hits, no runs, no walks, 3 strikeouts, sporting a 2.53 ERA this spring. Topped out at 95.1 miles an hour, 9 swings and misses, 68 pitches, 44 strikes. Good job for Max Fried. Okay, today's player highlight that I want to spotlight, he wasn't even in the game, but I want to talk about Ben Rice because he has been absolutely tearing the cover off the baseball. Last year, he was hitting a ton of balls right to the warning track, and they were getting caught. This winter, it's obvious that he put on a bunch of weight and it's muscle. It wasn't like he was eating donuts. He wasn't hanging out with, Bartolo Colon. He was probably, spending a good portion of his winter in the gym, just both simultaneously lifting and listening to heavy metal, like I like to do. But this year, a lot of those balls that he's connecting on, if they have any kind of launch angle at all, they're going out of the ballpark. He's got 4 home runs already. He's got an 898 OPS. And as much as I say you don't like to really put too much emphasis on stats in spring training, the bat speed is there. The eye test is there. He looks comfortable. He's hitting the ball to all fields. And this is a guy that you heard other people rave about as a hitter when he was in the minor leagues. Now, he came up last year, 171 average, 7 home runs. He did have the 3 home run game in which I shaved my head after an ill-advised tweet prior to the 3rd home run. That was just his 17th game of his career. 935 career minor league OPS, 56 home runs in 835 minor league at-bats. So this is a guy who has a proven track record in the minors. And in the majors last year, he was quite unlucky. If you look at the difference between his actual batting average, it was 171, and his expected batting average, 235. That's a difference of 64 points on your average. I mean, that is unlucky. Some guys you can say, all right, 10 points this way or that way. But 64 points is a long way. If he had gone 64 points in the other way, that's a 300 hitter, right? So it just goes to show you, luck can be a lot of hitting in baseball. And he was hitting balls hard, but they were coming up short, right? This year, maybe that added strength, being 26 years old, filling out, maybe those balls go out. I'm calling it right now. He is going to be the DH on opening day for the Yankees, and I am calling an opening day home run. That's my early Nostradamus prediction. Home run on opening day from Ben Rice. And I can envision a scenario where Ben Rice hits more home runs this year than Giancarlo Stanton does, because we're not sure when Giancarlo is going to be back, but it might not be until June sometime, maybe even July. And when he does come back, it usually takes him about a month to get ready. And that's assuming that he comes back at full strength, doesn't have the calf injury, lingering, doesn't have any kind of resurgence of pain with the elbows. I feel like they're going to get him back, and he's going to feel something, and then he's going to be back out of there if Ben Rice is swinging the bat at all. So Ben Rice might end up being a very, very important part of this team. And Lori C. reminding everybody to like and subscribe to the channel. Obviously, helps us out a lot if you do both of those things. But yeah, Rice, I think he's going to keep getting at-bats if he keeps hitting. Dom Smith having a good spring, but Rice is the guy not only because he can DH, but because he can also play first base and catch. Dom Smith can only back up at first base. He doesn't catch. I think if you needed to put Rice over there at third base too, he could do that because he fields right as a right-handed player. And typically, if you can play first base, you can play third base. We know he's got the arm as a catcher. I think in an emergency, he could probably play third base. So a lot of things that Rice can do for you. All right, let's talk a little bit about the Red Sox. Obviously, played the Yankees to a tie today. It's a shame the Yankees are not at full strength this year because the Red Sox are beginning to emerge as one of the younger, more talented teams in baseball. This winter, obviously, they went out and made some improvements. They got Garrett Crochet from the White Sox in a trade. They signed Alex Bregman, who's going to do well in Boston with that monster. Walker Buehler, another guy who the Yankees fans are unfortunately familiar with after last season. Another guy I've always liked that they have, Rob Refsnyder. Perfect role player, smashes lefties. Be nice to have on the Yankees right now. Former Yankee prospect. When he first came up, he had a big home run in Fenway. It was either his first or second home run, and it was in Boston. And I always liked Refsnyder. Problem was he really couldn't play defense. The Yankees were trying to make him a second baseman. He couldn't do it. He's since moved to the outfield. Today it looks like, he played right field. So he's a guy who makes contact and is a pesky hitter, especially against lefties. The Yankees could use one of those guys right now. Devers obviously going to hit about 5 home runs less this year because Garrett Cole is on the IL, but a deadly and solid hitter nonetheless. Alex Cora, a good manager. I'm still counting on the Orioles to take major strides offensively forward this year because, they got some young guys who are getting better. Jackson Holiday, Rushman had kind of a down year offensively last year. I think there's a lot more in there. I don't know, man. I feel like this division is going to be a dogfight. So, going to be fun. Tune in after every game. We're going to cover it all season long and call in with your voicemails. We're going to do those all season long as well. We did get an update on Mr. Clark Schmidt. Sure sounds like he's going to start the season on the injured list. Aaron Boone gave a brief interview during the 4th inning today, and he said that Clark Schmidt threw a bullpen yesterday. He came out of it feeling great and that he felt great today when he got to the ballpark. Positive step, obviously. He's going to pitch again on Thursday in a live BP. But obviously at this point in spring, you want to be about where Max Fried is. You want to be throwing 65, 70 pitches. And if he's still working through live BP and he's not throwing, 4 or 5 innings, he's not going to be built up and stretched out to be a starter early on in the season. Boone mentioned the possibility of him staying in Tampa to work through some stuff the first couple of weeks of the season. I'd imagine that's where they're going to have him because it'll be warmer. Don't want to have him pitching in the cold if his shoulder is an issue. Shoulder issue in the cold. I've been there. It sucks. So that means probably Cookie Carlos Carrasco and Will Warren probably going to be in the Yankees rotation to begin the season. If we hit, we might be okay. Neither Carrasco nor Warren excites me too much. I know a lot of people are very excited about Warren. He's got similar mechanics to Michael King, but he got hammered last year to a 10-plus ERA. I know he's pitched well in spring. I know the metrics have looked really good in spring, but until he does it during the season against major league hitters who are trying to beat him, I'm just going to be a little bit skeptical. I'm just not as high on him as you guys are. As far as Carrasco goes, if he can just be serviceable for a couple of months until Luis Gil comes back or until Clark Schmidt's ready, that's all you can ask for at this point. But a veteran who, mixes pitches, has pitched in big games, and at least knows what he's doing out there and can make adjustments. All right, so we got a quick sponsor today, and this time it's me doing the ad read, and it's about the shirt I'm wearing from True Classic. Quick word from our sponsor, and then back we've got 4 voicemails. How's it going, guys? I'm getting ready to hit my 7-iron, but I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about True Classic. A few of you have mentioned that it's looked like I've lost some weight this winter, and that is absolutely 100% correct. I lost about 32 pounds, and that's great. I feel great, all that stuff. But the one downside is that a lot of my clothes don't fit anymore, so it's a good thing that True Classic came along. They make extremely comfortable clothing that's great for walking. It's great for practicing your 7-iron like I'm getting ready to do. It's soft. You can wear it for all seasons. They have long sleeves, they have short sleeves, they have pants, they have shirts. Everything you would want for a comfortable fit. Whether you're bundling up for the cold or gearing up for spring like I am, upgrade your style with clothes that actually fit right, even if you lost a bunch of weight. Just head over to trueclassic.com/stripe to save. That's trueclassic.com/stripe. Shop now and elevate your wardrobe today. I'll warn you, my golf swing isn't too good. Nice contact, though. All in my True Classic.
What do you hear? What do you say?
All right. All right, so I'm going to do something today that I'll probably do more often during the season, which is I will put up the box score while we take a couple of voicemails during these post-game shows.
Hey, Derek, just curious. What are your impressions on J.C. Escara? He was an Uber driver.
He was an Uber driver. There was a time when I was an Uber driver. So Escara, I find very interesting because not only did he win the Winter League batting title, he hit over 300 last year in the minor leagues in AAA, and he's just tearing the cover off the ball in spring training. Maybe he unlocked something, I'd be interested to see. I haven't really dove in too deep into the metrics on Escara, but I'd be interested to see what his profile looks like, exit velocity wise, launch angle wise, all that good stuff. I want to see if the metrics align with what we're seeing, because we're seeing a very good, very compact swing as we take a look at the box score today. Yankees and Boston Red Sox tied at 4, and both teams had 5 hits. You see Volpe with the multi-hit game, Matthias with a hit, and Bellinger with a RBI single and a walk, hitting .472 with a 1.303 OPS this spring, looking pretty good. And Reiselman, wow, struck out the side. If he can harness that stuff, he's going to be really, really good. We got a call here that says the Yankees are going to be better this year.
Hey, Derek, this is Joe from Connecticut.
Hey, Joe.
I know you said you wanted to have people call in to go over why we think the Yankees will be better this year. I'm going to be completely honest. I can't say that for sure that we're going to be better. We won 94 games. We went to the World Series. But I will say this. I still think they're going to be good. I still think they're going to win around 90 games. I have tons of reasons to be optimistic. We still have Max Fried. Didn't have him last year. Think he's going to settle in. Another reason to be optimistic, Jason Dominguez, Ben Rice, the young guys, they might step up and make the offense better. Also, we have Devin Williams now for the bullpen. That should at least cut down on half of the blown saves. And
got to have leads.
I want to take a step further. I think the Yankees should keep an eye on, and us fans should keep an eye on 2 teams, the San Diego Padres and the Arizona Diamondbacks. The reason I say that is for trades. They have a lot of pending free agents, and their contracts are very, very reasonable where the Yankees could pick it up. Would not kill the luxury tax. Arizona, you have 3 pitchers, Merritt Kelly, old friend Jordan Montgomery, Zach Gallen. They're all free agents. Also third baseman Suarez. Padres, you got Michael King. You got Dylan Cease, both pending free agents. And then for position players, you got Luis Ariz and Jay Cronenworth. Just wanted your thoughts on that. I know they're both projected to still be good teams, but you never know. One could fall out. One might want to shed some money. Just some thoughts. I still think the Yankees have a lot. I think they could upgrade the team at the deadline, specifically looking at those 2 teams.
So one guy that I've got near and dear to my heart is Michael King. Obviously, I'm very interested to see how the season unfolds for the Padres. Michael King is a guy who, had some really good times with the Yankees, and I love his sinker. I think he would be a fantastic addition to the Yankees midsummer. Let's take another one here about, this is just a baseball question.
Yes, top of the morning to you, Derek. Steve calling from Farmington, Maine. Derek, I'd like you to weigh in on something. I know you played some baseball. I played a little bit of college baseball. And I played the outfield. And if you can run, if you can judge a ball, if you can catch and you can throw, you can play any outfield position. What's this baloney about he's only a center fielder? He has to learn left field? Question mark. Huh? What's your opinion, buddy?
Interesting call. The angles are different at different positions. I think it's easier to play center field than it is to play one of the corner spots, because you got to contend with the foul territory area, the corners. You got to contend with the ball slicing, things like that. In center field, it's always kind of moving away from you unless it's hit directly at you. That's the toughest play. If you're playing center field and they smoke it directly at you in center field, typically the ball will be knuckling. So I have a baseball here. If you throw a knuckleball, okay, the ball does this. It just kind of flutters, right? If you scorch a baseball and hit it completely square, it will do the same thing, right? And that happens the most on line drives directly to center field. I know that because I used to do it. When I would hit, I would smoke it right at center field, because I was always trained, in the batting cages and stuff, and in BP, hit the ball right back to the pitcher, whatever. My swing was built to hit line drives up the middle. And if I would just get under it a little bit, I would hit one of those fluttering knuckleballs to center field that was just scorched, but it would almost always get caught, right? But it feels great to hit. It's very difficult to catch. But as far as the corner outfielder spots go, it's really just about the angles and about the ball like diving and things like that. As far as Jordan Montgomery, I really like him as a pitcher. I was the president of the Jordan Montgomery fan club, but I think that Arizona is going to be really good. They could unload him, but again, it's going to depend on the money. He makes makes $20 million, and the Yankees are already at a limit where they don't want to spend more. They're getting some money back for, the Cole contract insurance, so maybe there's some work that can be done there. But again, this is one of those situations where I don't think the Yankees are going to want to take on the money.
Hi, Derek. Art Amler here from New York. Just want to make a point about third base and also injuries. On third base, I go back a long time, Nettles, and even further back with our friend Clete Boyer, one of those great Yankee teams in the 60s who didn't have much of a bat, but boy, could he play. And it's hard to find somebody like Nettles again, but I'm still high in Peraza for defense. I hope they can still keep him. That's number one, because he's going to be lost if we can't make the roster. He's out of options. Second, can you give us some insight of what you think about the injuries overall throughout the roster? We're dealing with so many of them. Nice to get updates on those. And then what do we do with DJ LeMahieu when he shows up again? What's going to happen there?
All right, so I'm going to stop you there. That's about as many questions as I can keep in my head. Peraza, yeah, I mean, he's out of options, but his defense plays, right? If the Yankees decide that he's not going to be their starting third baseman, they should trade him because there is value in that glove, and he's a major league defender. Don't know if he's going to hit. He hits a lot of choppers to short, a lot of choppers to third base, been doing it his whole career. Did it again today. And then... oh, man, I already forgot what. This is why 3 questions I have difficulty with. All right, I forgot what else you said. But, all right, yeah. So that's where let me go ahead and fast forward a little bit here. See if I can fast forward.
Hi, Derek. Art Amler here.
Nope, I can't do it. Oh, well, it is what it is. All right, guys, we're going to call it a day. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you on Wednesday night, tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Got Eric Kratz joining for Yankees over-unders. I'll give you a little preview of just some new layout type stuff. I haven't finished all of these things, but so we'll begin. These are going to be some of the over-unders. We're going to talk about Wells home runs, Dominguez home runs, Judge homers, Bellinger. We'll talk about Goldschmidt RBIs, and then we've got a couple of new. There's a new screen here. There's a new 2-person layout with kind of a center scoreboard area that we're going to be using more this year. I've been doing a lot of behind-the-scenes work stuff this spring. So hope you guys like it. Can't wait to show it off tomorrow. And we will see you when we see you. Hey, while I've got you here, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Pinstripe Territory is the official Yankees podcast of the Foul Territory Network. We are home to the #1 most watched MLB postgame show on YouTube since 2021. We're here after every Yankees game and for reactions to all the best news and rumors during the offseason. Be a part of the show by calling into the voicemail 718-899-1068. Try to keep it clean for me. And if you ever miss us on YouTube, be sure and subscribe on all your favorite podcast platforms. Go ahead and rate us 5 stars. It'll help other people find the show. Thanks for watching. See ya.